A memorial service said to be held for media personality Warrick Stock, popularly known as DJ Warras. He was shot and killed earlier this week in Johannesburg CBD. Police have now launched a manhunt for several suspects believed to be behind the killing. SABC News reporter Chrisdelda Lewis is at the memorial service in Sandton and she joins us now live. And Chrisdelda, I imagine difficult to find people who are absolutely not moved even at a personal level by DJ Warras at that memorial.
Oh, absolutely, Ayanda, and I can tell you at this hour, some mourners have already started arriving. We're expecting the family also in the next couple of moments to arrive here at the memorial service for renowned DJ and businessman DJ Warras. So many people just taking a look at the program, which I'll send to you in just about a moment. We're expecting tributes, from very close industry friends, from family members as well. You would recall, of course, at the scene where we had been reporting on since the announcement of his, untimely passing. Many expressing, their heartfelt condolences, speaking about the kind of person that DJ Warras was. And so many people, just speaking to some of those that knew him very well, he had long-standing relationships with people. And one of those individuals is Tatum Lewis, who has known DJ Warras, I think, for about 16 years, if I'm correct. Tatum. I mean, I guess it hits home this morning.
It's incredibly painful. I think all of us, for the most part, are at an absolute loss of words. Warrick was such an incredible human being and such a lovable person. You could never fault him, really. One couldn't help but love his ideas and his thoughts, and he was always so outspoken. He never shied away from speaking what he feels from the heart. Yeah.
And Tatum, you were telling me a bit earlier on, you used to go with him. How you became inspired to DJ is when you used to go with him to his gigs. Just talk to us a bit about that. I mean, it must have been incredible to watch him and be inspired by it, for you to also go into DJing. And, talk to us a bit about that. These are the stories you will not get on the internet.
True. 100%. He was, as you can imagine, for those of him who knew him, he was the life of the party wherever we went. So going with him to his gigs was an absolute pleasure. It's the small things like just watching him jump on behind the decks, do his thing, and realize that, oh my gosh, there's more to this music thing, and he was always a pioneer in his own right. So he taught me so much, and it was, like I said, a pleasure watching him do what he absolutely loved doing. And I was inspired. To follow in his footsteps and do whatever I could do with it, the most that I could as a female DJ. Yeah.
And Tatum, how will you remember him? I think there's so many memories. 16 years is a very long time. Yeah.
I honestly don't even know how to describe him, but the best way possible, I would say that he was extremely funny. His humor for me will always stand out. His humor was on another level. Anyone who knew Warrick would know that he always had a joke about everything. There was never a serious moment that was too serious and stayed there. Warrick would always make fun of it, and he'd always know how to make you feel better. So he was loving. He was an amazing person, honestly. And he was such a great friend.
Tatum, thank you very much. We do appreciate you speaking to us this morning, and condolences to all of you once again. Thank you, Tatum. Thank you. Tatum Lewis, who is DJ Warras' very close friend, a friend of about 16 years. She speaks about how she was inspired, Ayanda, by him. How she became a DJ was because she would accompany him to his gigs. He was the life of the party. And even for some of us who didn't know him very well, we knew the DJ Warras, who was incredibly talented, who worked for a number of radio stations because everyone wanted a taste of his talent. Surely if you hired DJ Warras, you would have listeners tune in because of the talent that he was. And, people speaking about, the incredible human being that he was. And it's very easy, Ayanda, to become pompous, to become arrogant, to become all of those things when you're such a great talent. But what we hear about here is someone who was, if I can, very down to earth, always speaking to... I watched a video the other day, Ayanda, on social media, and this was at one of the radio stations where he worked. And the manner in which he spoke to his colleagues, always embracing. And those are some of the things that, we've heard about from so many people, speaking about DJ Warras and the man that he was, the love that he shared with so many people, family, friends, colleagues, industry mates. And we're expecting all of that once again today. Just to take a look at the program, we see here, Ayanda, that the opening prayer will be by Pastor Kabelo Mabalane from the Rema Church, you would know. We're also expecting Sizwe Hlomo, who is also a DJ here in South Africa, to also pay tribute. Penuel Mlotshwa, who you would know, also on social media expressed very, very deep, thoughts on the passing and how his friend had been gunned down. Pearl Tusi as well, who also worked with him on Live Amped, and also Loot Love. You would know that she is also on the radio, a radio personality. They were all together on Live Amped, the SABC One's Live Amped, a music program, and we're also expecting a tribute from his sister as well as his cousin. That's just running you very briefly through the program of what we're expecting here this morning. But some of the mourners have arrived. Let me just ask my colleague to show you for just a second. You'll take a look towards some of those in attendance. DJ Voodoo is one of those who was here this morning. Family members are expected also to gather right here in front of me as they pay tribute to an incredible talent here in South Africa. We've also seen the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, who was also very close to Warras, speak about the bubbly personality that he was. We're hearing about the life of the party that he was. I guess today is going to be quite a celebration of life. I would only imagine so, because also the industry in which they were in was obviously an industry filled with laughter, filled with music, filled with talent. And I think today is going to be that kind of send-off today. Incredibly sad to lose such a talent in South Africa, but a celebration of life, a celebration of someone who had an opinion about everything. And as his friends say, that was always supported by facts. We're expecting in the next few moments the family to arrive. I know that there are some former ministers as well that also might be in attendance here today, but most importantly, the family will be sending off their loved one today. I am hearing, Ayanda, that possibly we will have the funeral on Tuesday here in Johannesburg, and I also hear that a cremation will follow on the next day. But we'll get finer details pertaining to that at a later stage. But today the memorial service taking place here in Johannesburg. We're expecting family, friends, colleagues, industry mates, and many who came to love this popular and incredibly talented DJ and businessman to gather here to pay the respects to him.
Chrisdelda Lewis, our senior reporter, who's kept us abreast of this devastating story from the moment it broke. She's live to us now from Sandton, where a memorial service will begin at any moment this hour. For now, Chrisdelda, thanks very much indeed.